Hi, everyone. If you are new here, my name is Amanda from Amanda's Booktopia. If you are not new, glad to have you back. And we are discussing Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling today. Um, Before we get started, let me pull up um, the most important part. So this is gonna be fun. So I'll let everybody introduce yourselves and tell and say what your rating is at the moment. Mine at the moment is a 3 star, but that is subject to change.
Where do you feel like it's gonna go?
It could possibly go down.
Oh shoot. Okay.
All right, so go this way.
Yeah. Clint first.
Hi, guys. I'm Clint from Reed's Readers. Also, I am wearing my Jason shirt today because I knew Dana was joining us, and I wanted to embrace the queen of thrills and chills,
Thank
um, which is the positive note I'm going to
Love
say real fast. Get all the positive out first. I sadly, and I don't do this with book club books now.
hmm
I have a rule where I DNF'd this because I realized I was back in January. My mindset's with that book. Where I was confused, where I hated the main character. Like, there was a few things about this I was enjoying. I liked the banter. I should have physically read this. I should never have touched the audio today. I shouldn't have pushed this off as late as I did anyways, but I should never have
Started
touched
it
the
today?
audio. I started it today and DNF'd it today. I would have finished in time. I would have finished in time though.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that powdery, annoying main character voice.
Mm.
Every time this pick me girl would appear. And like I said, I found her voice to be what I call powdery.
Which I think is
As
hilarious, by the way.
as in I felt like this narrator should do historical romances or historical books. The ones that don't require like the accents and stuff.
Mhm.
Because this felt like she thought this was historical the way she was talking. And it's not.
Is it not? Because I felt like it was.
Is it? That also could be like not and the fact that I didn't like it because of that. Um, I also was so confused on where we were, what we were doing, and who these people were. It was like I felt like something was missing. Like
Mm.
there was like some type of world building that was missing.
Can you tell me
Right.
like what was happening when you DNF'd? Like what
Okay,
like how far? Like
I
what
got to chapter 19,
okay.
which is page 130. I usually try to give it 150, especially if it's book club books.
Yeah.
Right.
I just couldn't because I felt like this was going to put me in a reading slump.
It's
The
funny you say
last
that.
the last thing I remember was something about an assassination attempt because she was shoved into a bathtub.
Oh, okay.
And then the next
Oh
chapter,
yeah, I
she had
remember
to go
that.
tell Aliard
Aliard or something like
Eliard.
that.
However, what happened, and that's like the last thing I remember. And even that, I can't tell you what all happened because it all happened so quickly. And I was like, I even re listened to the assassination part by slowing down the audiobook to a 1 star, like one speed to see
Uh
if I was missing something.
Mm.
And I wasn't.
oh wow.
So I even thought about because I was listening to this at work at a 2.5 speed, and I normally don't because it
Wow.
was changing the lady's voice to a tolerable level.
Oh.
What do you normally listen to it as? At
When I'm at work, a 1.5.
okay. Because you're
Only because I'm at work and I'm focusing on numbers.
yeah.
Gotcha.
1.5 is where I can hear it and focus.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those are my first initial thoughts. And if I would have finished this, it would have gotten either a 1.5 or a 2. I
Okay.
didn't see it getting any higher.
Right.
It just depended on how the ending was on if it was a 2 or a 1.5.
Right. Like I almost DNF'd it myself at around chapter, I think it was 10 or 11. But because it was for this, I didn't think it was right to just not finish it. So I just kept going. I mean, there were things that were okay, but not like anything outstanding for me.
I tried.
Right. Now, Dana's turn.
Well, hello everybody. I'm Dana. I just want to say thank you to Amanda and Clint for having me here. This is my first time at Fiction Falls, and I'm just so happy to be here. Um,
Yay.
but okay, you can find me on YouTube at Dana Ella, Instagram at Dana Ella Reads. Now onto the book.
Mhm.
I was teetering between like a 3.5 and a 4. Um, and I think I'm gonna go with a 4. Um, Not to jump in the comments, but I did see Karina say like a generous 4, and I would just have to agree with her. I think it's a generous 4. But I was vibing for part of it. Like I think I'm gonna have to like actually get a like buy a copy because I want to continue the series. Here's the thing: I think like there were parts of it that felt very like obvious, like certain things where I was like, I know where this is gonna go. And that's okay.
Mhm.
Sometimes that happens. But the things that Caden would say,
Yes.
I was here for Caden's banter.
screaming. The things that he said in the last like 25% of the book. Wow, 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 wow. I'm here for it. I'm here for that very much so. I'm also like very, very invested in the side characters. The three that make up their little, like found family
Like
like
Finian.
tribe, like Finian, Ryder, and
Yeah.
Siskara.
Okay, I was
Saskia.
like,
Yeah,
who's the third? I forgot about Ryder.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
You know
those three,
Saskia. Yeah.
those three. I mean, and I also really like Caden, but like, and I also enjoy
Mhm.
the main character. But I do agree that I do think like that audio, like the narrator, was not it for me. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
I do agree that the narrator, I think, like left a little to be desired for me personally. I think I just would have enjoyed a different voice in my head. Um,
Right.
but as far as the story, I am very interested to see like where this goes. Like I said, there are a few things that felt very obvious and like they happened, and it was like okay. But I want to see where this series goes. I also just want to say I really love that there was vengeance in here because I feel like a lot of times a first book in a fantasy series we don't really get like that like payoff of like wow you getting them, you know what I'm saying, like it's like wait so long usually in a series, where you're really
Mhm.
just like oh paint the town red babes with their and I just love that they were like hey craziest thing let's make this bloody, and I was here for it. So yeah, yeah, yeah. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Let
Can
me
I
just go through. Oh, go ahead.
can I also mention that if we take this back, if this would have came out in my Twilight obsession heyday,
Hmm.
where I wanted like that intense type of banter and stuff like that, I was craving books like this. Oh, this could have easily gotten a 5 star back then.
Mm.
Right.
I'm a different reader these days. But also with this vengeance thing, I just want to ask one little question. Was
Hmm.
it on the daddy, the king?
Okay, we haven't got that one yet, and that's okay. But like, there was a
An
obviously
Iliad.
there's going to be spoilers, you guys. But
Yeah.
for anybody who hasn't, if somebody's here listening, um, but there was a particular guard from her past
Oh, okay.
that
Okay.
like
Oh.
Okay.
wow, wow, wow. And I love that they did not shy away from it. Like it definitely was intense. There were moments where it was almost kind of like, whoa, but I ate it up because I just love that it was like she got her lick back. Like it might have taken many years, but she spun the block and she She
the
got you.
block.
So yeah, I was,
Also,
yeah.
when I said the whole Twilight era, I wasn't dissing Twilight or the book. Just saying, I was just mean. For those that are watching, I'm not dissing Twilight when I said that because I DNF'd this book. I just want to make that clear. I just realized how that sounded.
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
meaning the type of books that I was reading in that heyday.
Hmm.
This would
Right.
have been perfect to transition me into adult books.
Right. I get you.
No, I get that. I get that. Yeah.
Look through the
There was,
comments real quick.
yeah. Okay. While you do that, I'm gonna look for a quote.
Hatrin.
Hey Trent and hey
Hi,
Karina. 4 stars,
Karina.
not bad. If you say so, Clint. Don't know what that was referring to, but
Everything I was saying.
oh, gotcha. That book is on my hopeful 2025 TBR. Well, hopefully, it's a good one for you.
I actually think Trin might like it.
Okay, perfect. Trin, we're gonna have to talk when you read this. Me and Karina will have to chat.
I'll take your copy, Clint.
I will put it in a pile for you, Karina. I still need to send out the ones to Kaylani.
If
Oh,
Dana wants,
hi.
I'm gonna give away my copy too. So if Dana wants
Oh,
a physical copy, you can have mine.
I'll take it. Thank you so much. 'Cause I'm definitely gonna be continuing this series.
Oh, and when
I'll report back, you guys. With
yes, and when you continue, I want
Gotcha.
y'all just to fill me in on what
okay, perfect.
happens because I
Got you.
probably never will because of the
Okay,
writing
Yeah,
style.
I probably won't either. So
okay.
yeah,
I'll tell
let us
you.
know.
I'll tell you all the nitty gritty.
Bet.
Hey, 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 Kaylani. Thanks
Bye.
for popping
Bye.
in. Everyone's saying hi to each other. How have you been? I was eating up the banter. Like, come on, Kaden can have me.
Some of the things that man said, it was like certain phrases that we see a lot right now. I think in
hmm
like popular like romances, like Eyes on Me. I was like screaming. I was screaming.
Right? Like, there were some moments with him and some of the stuff that he said that I actually did like.
Hmm.
And then there were other parts when, like, I wish he was in more of it.
Yeah.
I will say I kind of felt like the banter at the beginning. I was enjoying it, but part of it felt almost a little forced of, oh, so this is who the couple's going to be. It was
Mm.
kind of
Right.
like, oh, let's show them right this second that this is what's going to be. And I'm like, I want a little bit more build up.
Okay.
This
Yeah, I
was a
think I
little
kind
too
of did too.
insta.
I think that's one of the things that bothered me too, because usually I like a bit more of a build up than what we got. Plus, before I go into this comment, I just gotta say the synopsis is the whole book. There's no surprises really, except for maybe one
Mm.
that we don't know.
Well, thankfully, I didn't read the synopsis. At least not recently. I read it a while ago when I said I wanted to read it on Goodreads, but
Well, for
All
those,
I've read is that little snippet at the top.
but if you read the whole synopsis, that's pretty much the whole book, except for one little thing that we don't get till like the end
okay.
with the alien.
Do you guys both enjoy a little more like of that love triangle type of thing that they do a lot in fantasy? Where they're just like, are you
Mhm.
going to be with this one or this one? Or is that
If
like, you
it's
guys enjoy that kind of build up more?
if it's done right, but it's not necessarily has to be a love triangle. It, as long as there's a little bit of wait time, because I feel like they jumped into it pretty quick.
Okay.
I tend to like more of when it comes to fantasy romances, I like more of my like enemies to lovers.
Hmm.
If
Yeah,
it's not like werewolves with like soulmates, those are different. That's a different type of insta in my head.
Okay.
right.
Insta, like the way that they did this a little bit at the beginning was an instant, oh, I know who she's ending up with at the end of the book.
Mm.
Yeah,
And it
like
kind of takes out a little bit of the joy of discovering the relationship and letting it flow a little bit for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
because like in like a romance, like not a fantasy romance, but like a regular romance, right? Like you already know like who the couple is, like so it's like you don't enjoy that aspect in the fantasy.
Not really.
Right.
Okay, okay. I just want to. Okay, I got it. I got
I
it.
wanted a little bit more of a like. I get that it's labeled
Like,
a
will they? Won't
romance.
they?
I get the whole that it's a romance
Yeah.
and we should know who the couple is, but I feel like with it being a
Mhm.
fantasy, I feel like with the way this is described, oh, he's the captain of the rival like kingdoms thing. There should have been a little bit more of tension there besides just the little bit of banter we got.
Okay.
The whole
Right.
won't they, will they push past their differences?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Especially if this is going to be a war kind of thing. And it kind of gave me Game of Thrones moments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The
Definitely.
whole, I'm going back for my dragons. I was like,
Mhm.
okay, Daenerys. So it's
I
like, I
think
was
it was
like, oh.
advertised that way.
So I wanted a little bit more of the pool instead of, oh,
Mhm.
him saying one thing and her going a certain way. And I went, oh,
Yeah.
well,
It
damn.
it was advertised as reluctant allies to lovers, but I felt like they jumped to lovers way too quick. Felt like if they were more reluctant before they got to the lovers part, that would have made it a little bit better for me, I think.
I get that. That's kind of where I was feeling. I want a little
Yeah.
bit more of that enemies to lovers kind of
Yeah.
like hatred,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
would have made the banter even better.
Yeah. Well, I
Exactly.
mean, like Amanda said, though, I don't think it was meant as enemies to lovers or reluctant allies to lovers. Where and that for me, I do think that like I do see in some aspects like how like I mean it definitely let you know like who is interested in who early, and so if like that doesn't vibe with you, then obviously like it wasn't gonna sit right, you know. Um,
Right.
but I do think it was a reluctant allies. I do think if that's how it was marketed, I do think that holds true because I think there was so much of her that was trying to hold back. Like she had a pull
Mhm.
towards him, but like she knew how she would be portrayed
Hmm.
if
Mhm.
she did give in to like her own desires and wants, and knowing that like they're supposed to be allies and put that before like their selfish I guess desires. So
Mhm.
I do think if that's how it's marketed, like I said, I didn't really read much of a synopsis, and when I like marked it on Goodreads that I wanted to read it however long ago, I never really went back to it to get anything else. So if it was marketed as
Mhm.
reluctant allies to lovers, I
Then
would say I would say yes.
that would make
Mhm.
sense on why it didn't jive with me. A lot of reluctant ally romances, or whether it be regular romance or in
Fantasy romance.
fantasy, those type of couples don't really work for me.
Yeah. Like I've always known going into it, it's reluctant allies, not enemies to lovers. But maybe that's why you didn't. I don't think you were aware of that. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Because I know where it said the last man she thought she could trust. So in my head, I went more of probably it was going to be more of like enemies.
Okay. Okay.
Gotcha.
So I went in with different expectations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Finian. I love the side characters for
Oh,
real. And
yeah.
can we just talk more about Finian? Because he is my favorite. He
Oh
was the
yeah.
one character in this book for me that was like the best. And I felt like he needed more page time. And I did not like how Elowen would not bring him to things that he really should have been there for.
Like what?
Like that meeting in the beginning with Kaden,
Mm,
the first meeting. Like he should have been there.
I actually agree with that part, but I do love Finian.
yeah.
Yeah, he's my favorite. Like the banter that he had with Elowen were some of my favorite moments.
Yeah. I think with like Finian, because he's top tier. And also Clint, like I just know at some point in this series we're gonna have to get a love interest for him, and it's gonna be a boy.
Yes.
It is.
Like
Um they because like they've said it. They've said it. And it's like we're just waiting to see it happen.
I mean, you
right.
could take Elowen out of the equation and let the two boys get with each other, and then I
Yes.
would finish the, and I would
Yes.
probably finish the book.
No.
I
He's gonna
I would have
I'm
loved it
convinced
even more.
I'm convinced he's gonna get his love story though. and I he deserves all the good things. Now with the meeting that you're talking about, the only thing I can think of as to why like she didn't like have him there is
Ooh,
that's who I think as well. That comment that popped up, that's also who I think. Um
I'd be down for that.
uh I believe she didn't take him, at least my opinion, right? Who knows? But my opinion is like, one, I think there was a lot of uncertainty with who she was meeting. And she says it many times throughout the books that she would step in front of danger for Finian before she ever let danger come to him. And how she would sacrifice himself or herself for him. And so I think for
Right.
her, like there was no way I think that she was going to bring him into a situation that she wasn't sure about and just let him be there. Also because it's also stated a few times like she enjoys vengeance. Like she likes that. Finian doesn't. And so I think she just tries to keep him from situations that he now don't get me wrong, he's trained and highly skilled and he will kill. But like enjoying vengeance is not something I think that like sits right with him. So I think she keeps him out of it from like that standpoint, but also again, spoilers, sorry to everybody, but later in the book, we find out that she names him her heir. So it's like if you think about it in the sense of like somebody who's like a ruler or something, or like in America, right, our political system, the designated survivor, you never have all the possible leaders in one place, right? So it's like I think it's like some of those things that would keep her from having Finian there in a place that she's not sure about.
I get that, but at the same time, the thing that bothered me the most is that she was way so overprotective of him that like she was there to like protect him from all costs, but she wouldn't let him protect her when he wanted to. So I didn't think that was fair.
But I also think too, like in fantasy, you almost have to kind of throw the idea of our considered fair out the window. Like it's not a democracy, it's a monarchy, right? And she is his queen. And so it's like she does get to kind of put her what she chooses does get to like, be put above other people if that's what she wants.
Right. Like I just felt bad for him.
I feel like we do see that though. I feel like that is kind of like um normal, I think, in fantasy is like our main character will always put themselves in harm's way before they put somebody they love in harm's way. And when other people still want to, stand in the gap for them, like it that's tried and true. I mean, I feel like that's fantasy like 101, low key.
Violet.
Yeah. I mean, Sarah Janet does it all the time. All the fantasy writers, I think, like do it, and it's hard for us as a reader because we're like, no, let them help you. But like,
Mhm.
I feel like they all do it.
I
Right.
agree with that. But see, the way you're talking about her, yes, I know I didn't finish the book, but from the little bits that I read,
Hmm.
I got the whole feeling based on the writing style that it was more of telling us that she was like this and not a lot of showing it. There was like one scene of her showing
Of showing like what?
that she'd put herself in danger first before thinking and stuff like that. We had one scene where I'm at, which
Hmm.
is where she battled the vet tree, which I still don't understand what that
Hmm.
creature was because I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
think it was
understand. I didn't
described right
understand that either.
to me. But it felt like it was more of the whole that was the only time they were going to like show us in that moment, like at the beginning. Like I could see later on her growing, but in that moment it felt like sometimes when fantasy books do the whole I'm going to tell you how the character is and not fully show you it through their actions.
Like what Karina says right here.
She and it's just some of the things she says kind of counteracts how you're supposed to portraying the character. So it kept like throwing me off on, well, what kind of character is this?
See, I don't know. I respectfully disagree.
But that also could be my
Yeah,
brain is in my I didn't connect with the character,
yeah, yeah,
and
Yeah.
also work has been really crazy, so
yeah.
I don't know if this was a me thing.
Like a
Like
timing
maybe
thing, and that's
if I
so
read
yeah,
this like down the line like I did with Fourth Wing,
yeah,
would it become a
Mhm.
favorite?
yeah. Like
Or is this like this does not work for me?
Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't
Right.
think it necessarily is like a thing of she's like with reckless abandon, like she doesn't think through things. I think she does think and like plan, and I think like at least that shows it like in my mind, like with waiting so much time to go get her dragons. I think she was waiting for when that right time, and so not in my mind, not necessarily reckless, but just that she would sacrifice herself for Finian before,
Mhm,
like, and so it's like with the Ventry or whatever that thing was, like, and also you got to think too, like that was when they first left, right?
mhm.
And Finian is the person that she is deemed like the other half to her, like that platonic like soulmate, you know. And so it's like when she saw, oh, he's gonna die, it wasn't, oh, he's hurt, it was he's about to be gone. I'm not gonna lie, like I think almost anybody would be like, yeah, all bets are off at that point. I'm going after
Right.
whoever I gotta go after,
Yeah.
because
Right.
this is not just like a, oh no, he's gonna be laid up in the hospital. This is, he'll be gone for
Yeah,
good.
that part
Yeah,
did
he
get me
almost
a little bit.
was.
Yeah.
And I was about to be really, really upset if that happened because I'm like, no, save Finny.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely like her heart outside of her body, and like he's the one.
Is it bad that in that moment I flashed back to our January pick
What
and I
did you
was
read for
like,
January? I'm
the
blank.
stars are dying?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I flashed back to that with the girl that she takes her place in the games, where she was literally there just to die. And I was like, oh, is this what's going to happen with this with
Mm.
Finn's character? And I was like, please don't. Because that trope is overdone. Let's not
Mm.
do that. And I was like, okay, he's healed. We can move on.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if he would have died in that moment, I would have DNF'd there.
Mm.
Because I'm
Right.
like, that trope is overused in a lot of these fantasies these days. That it's
Right.
almost getting annoying seeing that in a new fantasy book where
Right.
you have a character that's only there for, i.e., Assassin's Blade. I'm not going to say the name, but i.e., Assassin's Blade is literally only there to give us a little bit of a character background. Then they are dead, and they're no point of the rest of the series.
Mm-hmm.
That person is relevant the entire time.
But does that make sense? That it's like you've got
No,
this.
not for that
Well,
example.
not for that, but I've seen that in a lot of other
I
books.
hear you on like a character with one specific purpose type of thing, but Assassin's Blade, I'll fight, because
Just to
that
like,
I loved
that
Assassin's
one
Blade.
that one is relevant from
yes,
start to finish.
but it's also like
Yes,
you
I
brought that
agree.
in, you brought that character in just to give her pain or give the character some sort of pain to push them on. I feel like there's so many other things that you can do with a character that doesn't involve bringing in a character that quote unquote will be irrelevant at some point.
I think it I think it depends on what their purpose is. Like the one that you're talking about, I feel like that one gave humanity to our first character,
True.
our main character. And so I think like
That I'll
there's
agree.
like, there's levels to it. There's levels to it with that
Right.
trope.
But also, just for timing purposes, I'm gonna try to get through some of these comments because I feel bad I haven't gotten to
Yeah.
much.
So sorry, we're yapping.
Yeah,
We probably
we're
already answered some of your questions.
probably. I just subscribed to Dana's channel.
Thank you,
Aw.
Trin.
She cut out a lot from the indie published version because this was 200 pages less. So I think she gets what I wanted from the book.
Oh shoot. That's a lot to take out. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I remember it. Just Minus Fiction said that it used to be huge, and she was
Almost
like, and
600.
she wondered herself how what they actually took out because
Maybe
she
we'll get
wanted to
some of
know.
what's cut out in book 2. Like
Maybe it's
maybe she'll
possible.
kind of,
Maybe it's just too long, so it's basically the same book, but they spread it out into another book next.
maybe,
Maybe,
yeah.
which would make sense. The torture scene, screaming, yes.
Come on. There's one. Okay, I found the quote that I was saying. Like with,
Uh huh.
because she's very aware that she is willing, able, and ready to enact some vengeance, but she's also very aware that, hey, that's not everybody's cup of tea, right? And
Right.
Caden's like, let's paint the room red, and that's fine, right? Finn
Mhm.
is like, we'll do what we got to do. I'm not going to enjoy the vengeance, but I'm here, babes, you know. But Ryder,
Yeah.
you know, that's somebody else that's new in her circle. And after she got her lick back against that guard, she says, I glance where Ryder watches us in fascination. And she says, I'm sorry you had to see this. I don't want him to think less of me. I found happiness in the moment spent with the five of us, and I don't want to lose it so soon. And Ryder says, never apologize for a kill you deserve to take. I would have done the same. I said,
Yeah.
Ryder, it's love forever, babes.
Okay, put that in a dark romance, and I'm gonna eat that up.
Like, never
Right?
apologize for a kill you deserve to take. And she deserved that to get that one back.
Yeah, like if we could change up this plot and make it into a dark romance, I think I probably would have enjoyed it more.
Mhm.
It was more brutal than I was expecting, and I loved it.
Yes.
The narrator being more suited to historical romance.
Oh, what she said. That's what she said. I think like the okay, Clint
Oh yeah,
comment.
she
Oh
would.
yeah.
Ugh, I just didn't like the narration. It just didn't fit for the character.
I,
It made the character seem a little bit more of a pick me, if
I
that
thought
makes
the
sense.
opposite. I actually liked the narrator.
Mm.
I felt like it was a voice I was picturing in my head of the main character. Clint's like, nope. And so where, yeah, it was a little. It just was a little bit too quick for us. I'm standing by my man.
My man.
I think Karina has a new book boyfriend.
It like he just Clint some of the things that he said.
So Karina, are
Wow.
we gonna go Caden? It is Caden, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to make sure I'm saying that right. Or are we gonna go Kingfisher?
Or are we gonna go Theo from Reckless, Elsie Silver?
Oh,
Oh,
I was like,
I haven't
I
read
was
those.
like, what fantasy has a
I was like,
Theo?
why are we going Elsie Silver here?
Because she said this is her man. She said Theo's her man. And I'm like, well, you can only have one. So
But here's the
Theo's gonna be
thing:
mine.
you cannot have just one. But it's a
That's what life
tier.
chooses
It's
are
a
for,
tier.
damn
My
it.
man is a tier. But also, this one was a four, you know, and Quicksilver and Reckless, like those were fives, 5 stars. So I'm assuming he will not take the place of them, but I could be wrong.
Come on, Karina. Why choose? I'll take them all
And that's why I said it's
at
a
once.
tier. It's a tier. We cannot pick.
Y'all need to do a tier ranking with book boyfriends. I think
I
that
could
would
not.
be
Yes.
really cool.
Oh,
I
That
might
would be
have to
really
do
cool
one.
to see.
She wasn't into him at all when he was being sassy.
mhm.
Hmm. It was obvious, but she didn't give it up to him easily.
She
Yeah,
did not.
that is true. I'll be so glad when my library gets this book. I'm on a book buying ban against my will. Travis. About him buying books right now. Well, hopefully you get the book soon.
Yeah, fingers are crossed.
I hope you
Yes.
like it better than we did. Or, oh, me and Clint, that is. I know Dana liked it a little bit more than we did.
Hey, I'm just glad you and I are kind of linking up on one of these
There you go.
because you really like January. You gave January a 4 and you gave February a 4.
Hmm.
Throw up in my mouth right now. I can't. I just want you to know when y'all's live show for February was happening, I was literally steam was coming out of my fingertips as I was like typing about
Oh, I filmed that unhaul so I could take those books out of this house so Lady of
yeah.
Darkness and Skies Are Dying can get the heck out of our house before they went into the trash can.
Love
Well,
that.
I'm continuing both series, so
And you can tell us how that goes.
I will let you know.
Dana will fill us in on this. You can fill us in on those.
Yes,
And
correct.
then we'll find one for me.
There you go.
I think it's going to be Finn and Ryder.
I also it was giving
Yeah.
vibes.
I
Vibes.
felt that too.
Mhm.
I can't. I hope that he does get his man in the end because I really feel like Finn deserves.
I feel like she brought it up too many times about Finn and like romance in some ways that like there's no way she's not gonna give him somebody.
He's either
Yeah.
going to
Right.
get somebody or he's going to have, I hate to say it, he's either going to have a really powerful death
Mm. Always possible.
because he's brought up so much in those type of things, which in most series, he's either going to get like a powerful love story or right as he gets it, he's going to have something happen so he can't have it,
Right.
All possible.
i.e. cat.
Hi, Amanda, Clinton, Dana. Did not read this, but wanted to show some love. Hope you had a beautiful birthday, Dana.
Oh, I had a great one.
Mm.
It was that the specific day was very chill. We ordered DoorDash all day long, all day long, and watched Criminal Minds. We binged Criminal Minds. So
Yes.
I still need to watch the last season before the new season comes out in May.
oh yeah,
I
I
still
am
need to
ready.
catch up on Evolutions.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
watched
that's
the
what I'm
2
talking
seasons of
about.
Evolution. So yeah.
I went down an NCIS rabbit hole to get caught up.
Mm,
I can see traits of Aelin and Elwyn, and I loved it.
same.
But I wouldn't bring up the name Aelin because for those who haven't read that series, that could be a spoiler.
Not if
Uh,
you don't say what anything else about Aelin, I don't think.
I
But
will say I saw that too, but all I saw were the negative traits
mm,
from the beginning of that series.
yeah.
Does that make sense?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I could see she would have grown as a character, just if we had a different narrator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's protective of his gentle heart, which was nice. Agree, Dana, the dynamic between Elle and Finn.
Yeah.
It just
It
seems
was
like it
definitely
wasn't.
brother, sisters, siblings, like
Yeah.
because Finian, lost his entire family. And so he was like, you're the sister. He was like, you're the sister I wished for when I lost mine. And he was like, I cannot lose another. And she has made it a point where she said she will never make him feel that pain again. So again, I
Right.
think that's why she will put herself between any and everything before it touches him.
Yeah. And Karina says it just seems like it wasn't the right time for you to read it, Clint.
Yeah.
And,
Probably.
and probably for me too, because my first book of the month was a 5-star, and then everything else was after that was either a DNF or really low stars. And I was not feeling this book at the time because I was still kind of in that slumpy mood. So
Mm.
that could
I
be why
mean,
for me too.
some of the books I've read this month that should have been 5 stars only got like 3 or 4.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I've also been rating MM differently than I've been rating in the past. Trying to get better with that.
Yeah. We all have times though where I think where some books just don't hit that if we read them at different times, it would be
Prime example, the 2 prime examples for me. Fourth Wing, Crescent City. The first one.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crescent City took me 6 months to read.
Did it really take you that long?
I got to page 200, and then I DNF'd. 6 months later, I picked it up and finished it and devoured.
Dang.
And then Fourth Wing DNF'd 4 times. 5th time was the charm.
Fourth Wing?
Yeah. I
It
DNF'd
was.
it 4 times.
Like months before, like different times.
Different times.
Wow.
I kept trying audios. I kept trying. I found an ebook version. I kept trying.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then I told him, you need to make this a Fiction Files book so you can actually finish it.
So 5th time was the charm. So it could be, it's a me problem, not a book problem. With this one. Last month, not so much.
Right. Pause. The hydrate snack. Tell us what it was because we nosy. Check laundry. Take meds. Stretch. So show some love to the like button. Make sure you sub and ring that bell so you hopefully get notified.
Yay.
And I was trying to say that as I'm thinking of Dana saying it, and when she says it out loud, I was trying to do the same way you do it. There was definitely planning involved to get her dragons back, so the plan needed the time to come together. True. It just felt like the pacing for me was very off. Like it just took so long when we already know in the synopsis that's what she's doing. So I just felt like maybe if she had her dragons a little bit earlier, we could have had something huge happen at the end. You know?
Yeah. I do think like it's funny, like I think it just like depends on the vibe because I do know like there's sometimes I think where like some we'll get a synopsis for something right and we'll be like, okay, for example, I think it's A Tempest of Tea, right? I DNF that. That just was not my that was not my journey. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I remember seeing somebody say like, oh, you know, like a certain I don't want to like say what it is or anything. Um, but there was like a certain thing in the synopsis, right? That you know, like, okay, hey, we're gonna encounter this, you know, this is what the book is about. And people were like, it happened so early, and then it was like, what was the rest of the book? Like I wasn't so I feel like it just depends on the vibe. Like sometimes things can happen too soon and you'll be like, why? And then or too late and be like, why? You know? So
Right. Hey Kay, hydrating right this second.
yes,
Speaking of hydrating, let me finish my blackberry lemonade.
oh, I don't have anything.
My 7-Up Zero.
Ray went to Starbucks earlier and got me blackberry lemonade.
Stunning.
One of my favorites. Clint, you missed the brothel scene that had me blushing and fanning myself. I do remember that part
That's fine.
because I read that scene physically.
That scene, I was like, "Oh, are we? Um, okay." It was great.
Listen, I had time with this one. That was all hot and heavy and the hottest sex scene I've ever read in a book.
Oh shoot!
What book is it? I can't read the
Cubs
title.
and Campfires.
Oh,
It's
oh
about,
yeah.
it's basically two bears. And child, I was blushing. I was like going,
I saw you give it 5 stars on Goodreads.
Ooh,
oh, it's a 6-star.
stunning.
Goodreads
Yeah.
of them won't let me. This is in my top folder. Child,
Nice.
for that one scene and that one scene only.
Sir, take it back.
That was when you said that
Sorry.
certain person in Assassin's Blade, and no, 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 no.
I love Assassin's Blade, so
It was the only other example I could think of a character off the top of my head.
I'm currently reading Assassin's Blade.
Yes.
It's so good. I have to reread the series. It's been a while. That's true. I'm excited for the next book.
Yeah.
Nice.
Same.
Exactly. Listen, I'll take them all.
Just saying, we've been talking for 43
Why
minutes. We
choose?
haven't got to a single question yet.
Well, if you want to why choose, wait till August. Between the
I
two
mean,
fantasies, I need Kingfisher.
Like I need air.
that was the only other like non-Sarah Janet or Rebecca guy I could
It
think
was a
of.
good. It was a good one to bring up. It was a good one to
I
bring
still
up.
need to finish
Mhm.
that.
Mm. Okay.
It is really good. I can't wait for the movie.
Yeah.
Book boyfriend tear raking. I think we should all do one.
I would love to see all the swoonies and those of us that are followers of the swoonies who all have channels
Yeah.
do
Mhm.
some tier ranking of some book boyfriends.
Wow.
Yes,
And
that
we
would be
have to
fun.
be harsh.
I'm so listen, I am bad at ranking. That's why you've never seen a top 10 of the year for me. You've never seen something like that because I'm terrible at picking. Oh,
Kind
but
of
how
curious
fun
who
would
would
that be?
win. Ooh, or put all of our book boyfriends in a cup.
Uh, I was just thinking earlier about wanting to do some kind of tier ranking video, and I didn't quite have an idea, but here we go. So I
I
could
have an
definitely do that.
idea now for me to do put all the queer book boyfriends in a cup and
Okay.
see would they work together.
Oh, those are
Ooh,
fun. Yeah, yeah.
that could be kind of fun.
Oh, a tier ranking collab sounds fun. Ooh, ooh, we should make it, just do a live, and all of us have to
Uh,
rank it together, and we all have to come with the consensus.
ooh, that
Oh,
sounds even more fun.
that does. Wow.
I would totally do that.
Mhm.
Kaden said nasty things like get on your knees like a good girl and open your mouth.
No notes. His talk, no notes.
You look so beautiful on your knees. It's just you and me, Angel. You keep those pretty eyes on me. Karina and all the quotes here.
Because Hayden said all the things.
He's a dirty talker, and I say yes, please. Even when Kaden was asking Elle for a name on page 126, all I need is a name, and I'll take care of it. I did like that part.
Mhm.
I have to admit that was
Yeah,
a good
that
one.
was a good one. That was burn the world for you energy. And ooh, I eat that up.
There was a quote at the beginning that I liked, something about the books
Oh yeah,
that she said.
I
Like
forgot what that quote was.
something about her bleeding the words or something. Oh no, when he mentioned romance books or something is your lifeline or something, and she's
Mhm,
like, don't knock me for my tastes or something.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
While y'all are moving on, I'm gonna see if I can find that.
Okay.
Okay, is Criminal Minds worth watching? Yes.
Yes.
I
100%
recommend starting from the very beginning
too.
because things later on tend to overlap with past episodes.
Mhm. Also agree. Season 1, episode 1. That's where you start.
Yeah, you have to
And
start in number order
yeah,
because that way it makes more sense later.
it's definitely a long journey because they
But it's so
are
worth it.
season 18. Season 18 comes out in May, but
I
so
still
good.
need, I still need to watch 17, and then
Yes.
I could go to 18.
I need to finish 16, I think.
Mm. Did you try the graphic audio for Fourth Wing, Clint?
No, I did not, because unpopular opinion over here, I hated the graphic audio for Akatar.
Mm.
So I just realized graphic audios are probably not for me because I
Listen,
felt things were missing.
It's
I
mostly what they do is instead of saying like the action words, they do the action. So
well, listen, here's the thing. I've only listened to one graphic audio, so I'm not completely against graphic audios. Like I've heard some good ones for Clint. You said you didn't like Akatar. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. I see. I've heard that other people told me the Akatar ones are really good. Like the besties have said they're really good. But the one that I did try that I hated, Fourth Wing, I ew, I didn't like it. But I think at that point I was too obsessed with the story that like when they sounded different, I couldn't I I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it.
another QC cover with Nazi Spice Strikes Again.
That was for your Cubs and Campfires.
I mean,
I actually got Cousin Campfires and Audible.
Oh, stunning.
it's so good. That's so, oh. Child.
A tier ranking collab sounds fun. It sure does. I would do it. If anyone wanted to do it with me, I'm all for it.
Well, I think she's talking about the thing that Clint suggested.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
no, I
I'm down for
mentioned that
that too.
after seeing hers.
Huh?
I mentioned that after seeing her comment in the bottom, and I was like,
Ooh,
"Ooh,
okay.
tier ranking." Or it would be interesting if each of us have the tier ranking and we've already ranked the boyfriends as
Mhm.
we're adding our boyfriends to the tier
Yeah,
ranking list.
Mm.
right.
A plot thickens.
Burn it down for me, Kate.
Yes, please.
I have the quotes in my Kindle, so I was ready for those.
Stunning.
Love that. The graphic audio fourth main is awful. I actually didn't think it was that bad when I listened to it. Because that's what I did back in December when we read it for Fiction Falls. Since I already read it once before, I just decided to try the graphic audio. I didn't think it was that bad, but it wasn't great either.
Yeah, I just I didn't enjoy it, but I'm not against trying other graphic audios. I think that one just
Right.
specifically just
Yeah.
didn't hit for me.
What is a graphic novel exactly? Is it anything like manga? I think she meant audio. Yeah, the dramatic audio. It just means that there's more background noises and
Mhm,
like yeah, what Kay says here. Movie in your mind. That's perfect description.
mhm.
That's probably why I didn't like it, because I like to make the movie myself.
Mm,
Maybe. They leave out the he said she said parts and add sound effects in the full cast. I love when they do a full cast though. I
yeah,
still need to I wanna go reread the favorites in audio because it's a full cast and it's my current obsession right now. So I
mhm,
might have to go back and reread with the full cast.
mm,
'Cause I read it physically the first time around.
yeah.
Oop.
Oh,
Um. Oh,
here's the
you found
quote.
it?
I can't believe you brought your books with you. Words are food for my soul, I replied. And then he said, raunchy romance is your soul food? Don't judge my flavor plate.
Come on now.
Right? I loved that part.
I went, yes, please, like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That stuck out in my mind. I was just
Oop.
like, where is it?
The
Constant. Heavy
concert
on the
running took
constant.
me.
Heavy
It
on
was
the
just
constant.
bad.
Yeah.
I just know that some people that did not like fourth wave with the eyeballs to regular audio ended up liking the graphic audio.
I've heard that. Like it's
Mhm.
very I genuinely think like me and Karina, like we are in the minority when it comes to
Mhm.
that graphic audio. I've heard
Mhm.
a lot of people like love it. It just again,
Right.
Eddie, that was a me thing, and I
Right.
accept it. It was
Yeah, my graphic audio. My phone kept changing it. I hate autocorrect, by the way. The favorites on audio is the way to go. Yes, I will definitely going when I go to do my reread. It will definitely be on audio
mhm.
because I even got Ray to read it and he got obsessed with it. So,
So, any important questions that need to be asked
well, I'm doing that right now. There was one in particular that we
before
hadn't
we
really
get sidetracked
done
again?
talked about much. This one in particular because we have not talked about plot twists much.
Yeah,
And let me talk about this one twist really quick.
go
So
for
be everybody be prepared for spoilers because this is all spoiler. But the one thing I did not expect that happened at the very end that was not in the synopsis that Aelier betrayed Eowyn.
it. And here's the thing. That's one of the things that I knew for certain was gonna
I knew that
happen.
was going to happen from the
Yeah.
beginning. He
Oh yeah.
reminded me of, if we're going to relate it to Throne of Glass at some point, he reminded me of the King of the Assassins,
Mm,
that, or the assassin lord that she worked for.
hmm.
Ooh, yeah, I can see that.
The minute he was introduced, I was like, "Ah, is he gonna be just like him? Oh, he's gonna betray her. Whatever."
That was the
I
one thing I did not see coming. Honestly, I thought he actually cared about her, at least to an extent. Maybe
mhm.
not like the way like she thought,
Here
but I just didn't think that was gonna happen.
here's the thing, and I for me that was one that I just again like I knew from Jump Street. Mm, not you. Like the fact that she was put through what she was put through at like 5 years old, and
Hmm.
he let it ride out. You don't love somebody that you let that happen to.
Right. That's why I just didn't see that coming because I thought he cared about her more than he actually didn't.
Mm,
I thought he cared to an extent, like kind of like Arabin from Thread of Glass,
mm.
but not like I just didn't expect him to go all that
That's the
way.
thing.
So I'm like, dang, okay. That was the only thing that surprised me. Everything else did not surprise me.
That
Uh,
My headset came unplugged.
Mm.
I was playing with the cord and I accidentally yanked it. It went, oh, nope, nope, back in before it makes noise. Before it makes that weird noise with you guys.
What
No, yeah.
about you, Dana? What do you
Um,
think?
I mean, I knew that was coming, but I enjoyed that it happened. Like, I think it needed to be. I think like it gave us even more, I think, attachment to the found family aspect because that was her
Yeah.
actual family and he was scum. Like, right? And so
Yeah.
like everybody else that she can rely on are all people that are not related to her. Like it gives heavy, heavy, heavy found family vibes. But yeah,
Mhm.
for him, I was as soon as he was introduced, I was like, you're an ick. Like I was just waiting for the moment. I was just waiting for the moment.
He insisted too much at the beginning, from what I read, on I have to
Mhm.
go with you. I have to go with you kind of vibes. And I was
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
there's something off with you.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
But that
thought
doesn't surprise me.
I did think there was something off about him from the start. I just didn't think it was because he was going to betray her.
Mm.
I thought there was something else going on that I wasn't aware of yet. And the way she went at him at the end, I'm like, damn, girl. I mean, that was crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, I saw it coming, but I loved it. Like I was
Right.
like, yeah, let's get them. Like,
No, that's what I was wondering, Clint. I'm not sure what that was
about the
referring to.
questions.
Oh, gotcha.
I was like, we're going way off topic. We're at 56 minutes. Funny how it's
Hello.
me going, hey.
Hi, Kitty. Gave Fear the Flames 4 stars. Nice.
A fellow 4 star.
Since you weren't here from the beginning, I gave it 3 stars. Clint DNF. I knew he was a rat. He was something, all right.
Oh, so he's Scabbers?
I
Bet.
mean, honestly, yeah.
It, oh, this is a good question, Trent. I didn't even pull this one up yet. I did have this on the docket. Favorite character and least favorite character. My favorite character was Finian by far. My least favorite, mm, probably Aliard would
Yeah.
make the most sense.
Elowen, because she annoyed the heck out of me and is the reason why I DNF'd it. But
Mm. As a
Finian,
say,
I almost continued because of him, but I
Mhm.
couldn't take the voice for her anymore.
yeah. Finian is definitely crowd fave, right? Like Finian and I will never, I think, be able to recover from the things that Caden said. um, and and also just like he was so wildly like literally burn the world for her. Even if you don't want me, I will burn the world and bring it to your feet. Like, so yeah,
Right.
Finian and Caden. But I will say, as the series goes on, I really think the other two, the brother and sister, like they're gonna
Mhm.
be like I'm obsessed with the side characters, but I really think like I'm gonna grow to be just like really in love with them.
Mhm.
Um, but most hated character, um, probably probably like the uncle and the dad. I mean, like they were really just terrible people. But yeah,
Right. They were pretty bad. Like
yeah, I
Garrick
can't.
was really bad.
Yeah, I can't wait to get more of the dad though. Like just because I want to see him meet his end in a very wonderful way. I
You also tell me all about that way.
will promise.
Same. I'm down to hear about that.
From the jump. Oh yeah, from Aliard probably.
Hmm.
It was also giving creepy, inappropriate uncle vibes. Yeah, I thought the same thing at times.
Yeah, he didn't have good vibes. Very.
For real.
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
When he said stop, there was okay, continue on, but I'm gonna have to
Mhm.
find this quote about the uncle that I was
Yeah.
like, I said, eat him up, girl. Eat him up. Girl.
We'll hold. When the Igor dude was getting handsy and making comments to Elle at the ball, I was hoping she would clock him.
Yes.
Right?
It pays to be king. I think that's the only thing that saved him. Is he was the king, and she needed him to sign that treaty, man.
Kaden and Finian were faves. Nice. Haha, the pacing was off for me, but the banter was great. Yes, that was one thing I said earlier about the pacing. Is the reason why I had to put down the physical book and switch to the audio, because the pacing physically was hard for me to get through. So I'm like, let me switch to the audio, see if that's any better, and that really helps me get through it. So these favorite Uncle Scabs. I love that,
That was the
Karina.
only rat I could think of.
Do y'all think any of the characters should get a redemption story? Maybe Garrick.
Don't agree. The dad? No. No.
But would it be a redemption arc, i.e., Fourth Wing Mom? I'm
That's
trying
what I
not to
was
spoil
thinking.
things as well.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking also, which is why I said Garrick.
No, I mean, I hear you. I think I would just rather see the vengeance towards him. But I did find the quote, okay, when when our lovely Uncle Scabs, um, when when he was coming at her, okay, when he was coming at her, just being like, oh, like when he was like, no, we finna go back, and you're gonna be okay with this. Like he's like trying to tell her like you're gonna forgive your dad and you're going back, basically, right? And her and Kaden are clearly like, ain't gonna happen, babes. Um, and the uncle was like, "Do not assume opening your legs for him will ensure his loyalty." Talking about Kaden, and she goes back with, "You sound bitter. When you spread yours for Garrick, did it not yield the result you wished?"
Oh yeah, I remember that part.
I
That
said, and that's it. That's it. That's it.
mic drop.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I said,
um,
"Wow, wow, wow. Love that."
it was fitting, Clint.
It was the first rat that popped in my head, and then I went, is there any other rat in any other series?
Right?
It really was so good though for it.
For Clint, the series as a whole. I don't mind spoilers because it's probably going to be way later in the year before I get a chance to read the book. And then probably by that time, you'll probably forget everything we just said.
Like,
Unless you come back to watch this again. I mic drop. Exactly my thoughts. um, I don't think we had any. I think we covered pretty much everything.
just by chatting,
Yeah,
we
right?
did it all. Yeah.
So are we to the basic questions at the end then?
Um, has anyone's ratings changed then?
I'm gonna stay at a 4. I'm gonna stay at a 4.
I don't see a need to actually finish the book.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'll just let y'all embrace it and tell me everything that happens, because I don't think Olivia Rose Darling's writing is for me.
And that's okay. That's okay.
Right.
But I will definitely let you know. We'll let you know.
But I'm not as upset and as disappointed with this one as I was last month. So I'm at least happy that I tried it.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't feel like I want to bash the book
Mm-hmm.
or personally go find the author and have a lovely conversation like I did with last month's.
Yeah. Last
Right.
month's really just.
I mean, I'm the only one that liked it.
We
And
love that,
seeing
friend. We
and
love it.
seeing that Jess is currently doing a read along of the entire series because she mentioned book 2, I went, nope, sorry, nope.
Who is?
Jess from
From
Honest
Oh,
Honest
okay.
Fiction.
Fiction.
It's for her Patreon.
Mm.
They're doing a read along with it, and I was just like, nope, that first book.
I never got to the second book, and they read the first book this month, so I'll probably just read the next book with them next month. Most likely.
You tell us how that goes.
I'm probably going to stick at a 3, just because there were some good moments. I just didn't love the book. Casual combo for the win.
Mm-mm.
Now I'm sticking with my 4-star. Yeah, I think she's obsessed with Kaden.
I didn't read that line, so I'm gonna go read that line.
I am trying to figure out a way to sneakily buy more books without Travis knowing.
We wish you all the luck.
Good luck, Trent. That last line of the book was a banner.
Okay, Kaden.
It was a quote, but it's spoilery, so I won't share. The very end.
Okay, but hear me out. That quote at the end of chapter 49, banger. But also the last line of the book, inadvertently, also a banger. So, hey.
I gotta go and pull my copy. I have it right here. I need to go check out that line real
So, I
quick.
mean, bestie, honestly,
Chapter 49, you
both
said?
49 and 50. Both
It's just like
are
I was
bangers.
thinking Caden's quote at the end of the chapter 50, like
Mm,
right before the little lines.
yeah. Oh, that. Yeah.
The
Also.
end of 49, yes. I agree. That's a good one. Let's
Both those
see.
are good quotes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The last, like, 4 lines at the very end of the book, those are good ones.
Yeah. But the quote right above it also, you know,
Yeah,
banger.
that one's a good too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there were
I
some
could
good
see.
moments.
Okay, if this was made into like a movie or something, a line
Mm,
like that would be just so epic to
oh,
see.
yeah. Yeah.
The quote from Caden to end the book. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, I'm ready for war.
Are you ready for me?
I think Karina's already ready for the second book.
Red for filth. And it does come out this year.
Yeah.
It does. I think it's July.
I think so too.
I probably will not be continuing the series, but I hope you guys love it.
Fingers are crossed. It's on the up and up.
And I will make sure that you get my hardback
Oh, I
the next time
greatly
I see you.
appreciate that because
Because I am gonna be finally be working on my unhaul tomorrow. Because Ray's getting rid of my books this weekend.
okay,
I don't have to worry about getting rid of them. I just have to take out the books. So this will be in that unhaul that I'm gonna be filming, but
stunning.
it won't be going to the woman who's taking them because I'm saving it for you.
Oh, thank you so
And
much.
this will go with the others that I still need to send out. I still need to reach out to Kaylani and Nikki and Sam to see if they still want those books.
Mm.
I mean, I've had the Kaylani one for what, 2-3 years now? They've been
It's been
sitting
a
on this.
minute.
Is she still interested in the series? Is the thing.
You know I am, Amanda. Yes, you. Yep.
Oh, and then I have an art print that I need to send you.
Mm.
Oh
Do I
yeah.
have
Cause
those now though?
do
Because
you
I
have
got
to send it to Nikki also? I think you have one to
Did you
get to
get them
Nikki
with the
too.
book?
I have to look because I did get that edition of the book.
Because I know they're inside the book.
Yeah.
But I don't
Oh,
know. I don't remember if you got the art prints and the. No, you got the whatchamacallit.
I didn't
So
get the lanyard. I think the art prints came with it, just not the lanyard. I think. I don't know.
Mm.
I'll
okay,
have
then
to
I
look.
can just slide the lanyard in with
I
the
will definitely.
bookmark
I mean,
whenever.
if you don't want that lanyard, I will definitely take it.
It doesn't go with any of our decor.
Mm,
Our decor is gay. This is a straight series. It does. These pictures really don't go.
true, true. They don't.
Let me know on the art print. If not, I'll just send Nikki both art prints.
Okay, perfect. You can send Nikki both art prints if you want to slide that lanyard to me.
Okay.
Okay, sending.
I'll see if it'll fit into the envelope where I'm sending like the bookmark and stuff. If it
Oh,
will, then bet.
perfect. Yeah. Oh, stunning, stunning.
And Karina says, I appreciate y'all for finally getting me to pick this one up.
Same.
Anytime.
Same.
Ray is the sweetest. Yes, he very much is. I'm very lucky. By the way, we're coming up on 7 years this May. 7 years.
Wow. That's
Aw.
incredible.
Right?
Incredible.
And he'll be my forever.
No.
God, that's cute.
Oh, we get it, Clint, because same. Which series is it?
Oh, the one for Kaylani, that would be. Is that in this box? That would be.
Oh, I have been wanting to read that too.
It's
I
the
think I
whole
have.
series, but the final.
I think I have the ebook.
Because I found them at a Goodwill for $3 a piece, so I bought the whole series.
Stunning.
Read book one, enjoyed it, but don't see a need to continue.
Mm.
It's one of those books that I'm like, it gave me what I wanted.
Do you think I would like it?
Probably.
I'll have to give it a shot.
I just got to see if Kaylani still wants them, because if not, then they'll just go into a regular unhaul pile to, like, get the hell out of this house.
Are we? Trina wants to know if they're rereading it next month on audio or.
Listen, I don't have to be convinced too tough, too hard to pick up No Place to Hide. I will say I did listen to it on audio because when we first read it, it was only an eyeball read. Now the audio is out, and I did listen to it with audio, and the audio left a little bit to be desired. I think I just enjoyed it more with my eyeballs, but I'm down for a reread. And I mean, I'll listen to the audio if we want to. I mean, I love the story. I'm upset.
I mean, for No Place to Hide, I might join in on that too. Listen.
It's just so quick. It's like, why not?
I mean, I read it.
Wow. Stunning.
It was a fast-paced one.
Yeah.
That's amazing. We celebrate 13 years this month. Aw, I love that.
We'll be celebrating 5 years in November, 3 years married in August.
Nice.
I cry in singleness. Oh god.
Aw. With Travis 8 years this June.
Stunning.
I love that.
If we make it to 5
I've been wanting to read that series too. I'll take them chance I want those, Clint.
Okay.
Let's go. Hang on, reread.
Oh, that sounds divine.
Live show called No Place to Hide while we all read it live.
Oh, that would be an interesting thing to talk about. I don't know if we live or just hang out. Like hang out backstage and reread.
I mean, Nikki might do it too. OMG, Clint.
Sorry, I had to make the joke.
All right, so
boundaries.
Since we are coming to a close, I just want to remind everybody what our book is going to be for April. If you haven't already watched mine and Clint's announcement videos, we're reading Our Infinite Fates.
1 sec.
By Laura Steven.
And I just redid my shelves, so I had to find it.
I haven't announced who our guest host is yet, but I will reveal it now for those who are watching. It is Jess from Honest Fiction. She will be joining us. And we are very, very excited for this one because it reminds me of the Fallen series by Laura and Kate. Ooh. And because I love that series so much, I cannot wait to read this.
It does kind of give Fallen vibes meets Addie LaRue.
Yes. And I am so excited.
Yeah, definitely will be reading that one. Be there in the chat for sure for that.
And this one is YA, not adult, just for people who don't know.
Let's hope for a winner for me.
Same.
we're to that point where besides July's pick, because we kind of have to read that one with our eyes, all the rest I'm going to listen to before purchasing.
I think you're thinking of June. The June one
there's
no audio for.
Okay, July I will be purchasing because I've read that author and love that author, so that's different.
Yeah.
The rest, I will find an ebook and an audio and try it that way, and I won't be spending money. I won't be spending like $32 or $28 on something I end up hating.
I will be there for that live show. Yay. We're excited you'll be there. I'm excited for that one. Me too. Yeah, heavy Addie LaRue vibes. and I enjoy the Fallen series whenever I read it. So you might enjoy this one. So you
Yeah.
should read with us. It'll be fun. I can't promise to read June because these eyeballs struggle. Well, it is a manhwa, so I don't know if that makes any difference. I mean,
It's a light novel and there's no audiobook. Manhwas are like, they look like mangas, but when you pick it up and you open it, it's an actual novel.
and if you guys are not sure what the picks are for May and June, also go check our announcement videos because
Mm-hmm.
um it
May
has all
scares
the
me.
details.
May scares all of us. It's like this thick.
I'm very scared about
Big.
May.
And it's me and Amanda picking it. Who are we? First off,
Right?
Who?
Because
Who
this
are you, and who do you think we are in the chat? Okay.
I've already DNF'd her previous book.
Oh yikes!
So I'm nervous.
no it's not her previous, but her other book. Because this is her
Yeah.
first book.
Oh, that's what I meant to say. It's her newest book that I
Mm.
DNF'd.
I'm
So I'm
ready
nervous
for
about
May.
this one.
Ready for it. But that scares me, so I'm going to buy an ebook and I'm going to buy the audiobook and I'm going to sit down and listen and physically read it on a weekend.
Yeah, that's what I meant, Karina.
I'm telling Sterling to leave me alone and I'm going to focus as much as possible as I can.
I really hope that it's more action packed than her other book, because her other book was slow and nothing was happening, and I was so bored. So I'm hoping this is not the case.
As long as it's not as slow as Prior the Orange Tree was,
Hmm.
which I DNF'd because it was too slow.
Mm. Well, I think May's book is on KU also.
That's what she's talking about.
Oh yeah, gotcha. Yeah, so if you guys have KU, download the Sword of Kagan because we need people to help talk about it with us in case we can't finish it.
And come to the live show and see if Amanda and I actually finish it.
I mean, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. It's something I'm gonna try, but it's a big boy.
And
Right?
it's epic high fantasy, and we don't read epic high fantasy anymore.
It's 24 hours and 24 minutes of audio.
And I'm scared.
And I'm
Like,
gonna,
we all are.
I'm gonna try.
But hey,
But-
it's a standalone.
It is a standalone, so that way we don't have to worry about trying to finish a series. And I will also reveal that we haven't announced a guest host for May yet, but it is going to be, for those who don't know, Josh from Bookish Daddy, because he wants to read it also. So he's going to be joining us for the live show.
Stunning.
So I'm so nervous, but I hope we can get through it. So I know Josh said he wanted to read it, and I'm like, okay, we're going to do this in May. We're going to try.
And I hope you guys join us next month for this one. I think this one's
Yes.
going to be like that easy palette cleanser. Let's get through April before we even worry about May.
No, I'm definitely reading.
Yes,
Infinite Fate.
absolutely.
I will be there for sure for that.
And maybe starting May's pick on May 1st. And I'm debating about doing so many pages a day
There you
as
go.
well.
Chip away at it.
I heard Priory and the Orange Tree gets better in the second half of the book. Well, that's good, but I probably won't ever finish it.
Sterling read it and
Yeah.
said we should unhaul it, so we unhauled it. So I went with his decision. He's like, it takes up too much space for a book that was kind of a waste of my time. I went,
I still have it
Okay.
on my end table over there. And I've only gotten 215 pages in, and I have not picked it back up since. Most likely, when I do my unhaul tomorrow, it's gonna go. I am not excited for it whatsoever. So I'm like, you know what? Someone else could read it.
But thank you guys for joining us today. This was so much fun. And I
Yeah.
kind of liked the fact that we did a conversational, not questions.
Yes,
Stunning.
I agree. Oh, Karina
Thank you
gave
guys so
Priory
much
a
for
4.
having me.
Yes, thank you for joining us,
Yes.
Dana. This was so much fun.
It
You
was
are
a lot of
welcome
fun.
back
Yeah.
anytime.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for coming. I hope we all get to see you guys in April for April's show. I can tell you I haven't posted on the Instagram yet, It will be on April 27th, I believe, at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Mhm.
So we're doing it earlier than usual.
Okay. Let me put that in my calendar.
I'm pretty sure that's Jess said she was good for that. So sorry I can't get through all the rest of the comments, but thank you all for being here with us, and hopefully we'll all see you next month. Hopefully for a book that everybody loves, not just some of us.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
So don't forget to do all the awesome things by liking this video and subscribing to me and Clint and Data's channels, because we all love you guys so much. And thank you all for being here, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye,
And
everyone.
in broadcast, in broadcast, in broadcast, in broadcast.